Hey, what's the hoop, everyone? Hope all is well. In the background, you guys are watching some face-off on Modern Warfare 3. This is really the only game type that keeps me playing Modern Warfare 3. I really enjoy playing the 3v3 face-off, but in this case we're playing some 2v2 with my good buddy Marine. I have to warn you though, I am really rusty at this game. I've barely played since I've got back from the Middle East. It's not one of my main games I play anymore. I'm really into strategy games right now, playing a lot of Halo Reach, but you guys will see that very soon. In this game, I start off with the L86, going with my LMG roots, but I have to switch to my first gun I ever picked up on Modern Warfare 3, the Super Soaker, the PP90. I have to apologize to my subscribers out there, my German subscribers, about my comments I made about Germany. When I was over there, that was just the only small perception I had was Frankfurt, and I do apologize. I just met some really bad people over there. I understand that's not your whole country, but that was not my final destination on my trip. In this video, I'd like to talk to you guys about my first 4 days in Jordan, the Middle East, a completely different side of the world, 8-hour time difference from the East Coast in the United States. I'm sorry, it's actually 7-hour time difference. It's 8 when we were in Germany. We had to go through all the time zones. It was very confusing. Now we finally were there. We were able to get a taxi once we left the airport. It's about 5:30 in the morning and this guy is playing music from the Quran and he keeps flipping the radio stations and we're in there just like driving down and it's a completely different side of the world. It's kind of watching like a Battlefield 3, like a Humvee just driving through all the desert. That's kind of what we're going through. And the guy keeps flipping through the radio and the song just pops up and the girl's in the back seat. I'm with two girls, my one friend sitting in the front, I'm sitting in the back with them. We're all super tired at this point. The song pops on, it's Nicki Minaj's From Her Spaceship, Higher Than a Mother Effer. And that's my first time ever hearing that song and my friends just go crazy and the taxi driver just looks at us like we're crazy. But it was just really interesting hearing an American radio station on another side of the world, 7-hour time difference away. It was just the first. It kind of makes you feel at home even though we're in a completely different side of the world. So we're just driving down, we see all these mosques are lit up on the street. It's kind of like in America, it's considered there's a lot of churches on every single street corner. That's the same thing, at least in Jordan, there are mosques in every single corner. And like Hilton hotels, they have green signs. Green is the color of Islam. So a lot of these mosques were lit up at night with green minarets. So it was really cool just driving down, but our taxi driver is just speeding. He's going 125 miles per hour down the road. And I'm not talking about kilometers. The guy had a miles per hour gauge on his car, which was just mind-boggling itself that he was using MPH instead of kilometers. So we're just going down and there's no stoplights on this highway. There's really no cops watching or anything like that. All there is are there's speed bumps. So the guy's going 120 miles down the road. And once he sees a speed bump, he slams on the brakes and goes down to 40. So he keeps doing this all the way back and forth. And so we finally get to our hotel. We're able to get in there. And then that next day, it was just kind of a slow day. We started diving in and learning about the culture. One of our friends, he makes YouTube videos over there, and he's a comedian. So he starts talking about how in the Middle East, there are no lines. When you have to go to McDonald's, you have to go somewhere like that. Americans, we always like to sit in lines. We have lines on our flags. That's how much we enjoy lines. But in the Middle East, they don't have lines. They're just kind of like flash mobs. People just go right to the front, just kind of get it as fast as they can. That's just what they do. And so as an American, go over to the completely different countries, it was just kind of interesting hearing the perceptions. And don't worry, we'll talk more about that. I have a video coming very soon about misconceptions about the Middle East, but we'll dive into that later on. So that day, we decided to go to this place called Souk Jar. Souk Jar is this kind of like craft fair, and we go down there and we start talking to different people and kind of dive into a language and say Salamu Alaikum, that means peace be with you, and Kif Halak, how are you? And they say Alhamdulillah. We're slowly picking up Arabic, but Arabic is a tough language. English, Spanish, French, you name it, languages like that, you speak with the front of your mouth. But Arabic, you speak towards the back of your mouth, so it's just very tough getting that language down, but after a couple of days, you finally pick it up. So finally, the fourth day, we go to the Dead Sea. And if you guys have ever heard of the Dead Sea, it's the lowest elevation in the world. And I actually tried to do a vlog on the Dead Sea. It was my first time using my camera, so I'm really not in the picture at all. I may play it in the back of it. I may just show you guys a nice panoramic view of the Dead Sea, but it's beautiful. The Dead Sea is the part in the lowest elevation in the world where it's just a lot of salt. There's no life in there. Hence the Dead Sea. And on the other side of the Dead Sea is Palestine. And you cannot swim to the other side, but it's very easy to do it. And the coolest thing is you float. So back like when you're doing swim team practice where your mom wakes you up at like 7 o'clock early in the morning, you have to go out there and freeze your butt off in the pool. And the teacher, the coach just yells at you because you can't float on your back. Well, it's so easy to do in the Middle East. We're sitting there with our chacos on, just relaxing, talking about YouTube, talking about what you're doing. It's just a great time. And here you see in the background our enemies are forfeiting, so we end up winning this game. More videos about the Middle East are coming very soon. Hope all is well. Remember, what is above your head is below his feet. Thank you for watching.
Nice work, Delta. Well done.
Just look around. We're at one of the coolest places in the world. The lowest elevation in the world right now, the Dead Sea. I mean, this is amazing. Just look at this. It's the craziest thing about this. You can't drown in here. There's no animals, nothing. Hint the term, the Dead Sea. I love it. One, you don't have to worry about stingrays or sharks or jellyfish. God's creation is amazing right now. The Dead Sea, oh guys, it's undescribable. You try to go underneath like you're trying to like jump, you know, like remember we used to do the rocket ships and stuff back in the pools, and you can't even go underwater. And warn you, if you go underwater, it's not smart. Your eyes sting pretty well, but all I can tell you guys is Jordan's amazing. Hope all is well. And remember, what is above your head is below his feet. Guys, again, this is just part of the world right now, the Dead Sea.